Hi, my name is Jen Farley, and I believe that there is a rock star within all of us. So I am going on the road and talking to some people that I believe are rock stars in what they do. I am in Verona, Wisconsin today at Ecco Salon with the owner, Sarah Lange. Welcome,
Hi.
Sarah.
Hi.
So truth be told, Sarah and I work out together at 5:30 in the morning. We're those people that go to exercise classes way before anyone really should. So we're both really excited to see each other looking good.
Yeah.
Like with makeup and hair and like not in sweaty, gross clothes. So
Yes, very true.
So, not that I didn't think you were gorgeous before, but I think you're gorgeous now. So.
Thanks.
So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to come in and just talk to you a little bit about your salon. This is one of three.
Correct.
Where are the other two?
Fitchburg and Waunakee.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're in Madison, in the Madison area.
Yes.
So tell me how you got started in the beauty hair industry.
Oh, well, let's see. Right after high school, I decided to go to beauty school.
Okay.
I don't know that my family was like super excited about that choice because I kind of, instead of going to traditional college, I decided to do that.
Okay.
And went to beauty school, loved it, realized that's what I always wanted to do. I just figured that's not what I should do. I don't know if that makes sense, but once I started doing it, I realized that's what I was meant to do. And then I graduated from beauty school and I worked for someone else for probably 7 years.
Yeah.
Knowing I needed, if I wanted to go out on my own someday, I needed experience and to know what I was doing when it came to like our craft.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I just kind of always knew eventually I wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And then in 2007, right before a big recession hit, if you remember, I decided to open a very big salon. I look back now and I don't know what I was thinking. It was 10 chairs right off the bat. I mean, that's crazy.
For a first
That's
time
crazy.
salon
Yeah,
owner.
I didn't have any employees. Like I told my boss that what I wanted to do and said goodbye to her and thanked her, and then I just went and did this. And Trent, my husband, was always super supportive, and we opened.
Yeah.
And then I just did hair all day and all night, it felt like. We had the salon phones forwarded to our house, so we never missed a call, because back then
my gosh.
every single call mattered, you had to get them in. So then from there, it just got a couple good girls on board, and then we just slowly came out of that recession, and here we are.
Yeah. Was Trent always full-time with you during this business?
No, he decided to become full-time for Ecco Salon right before COVID hit.
Oh,
so he had his
really
own
good
career.
timing again.
Great timing. He had his own career. He had a great job. But what was happening was he would work at his job all week, and then all weekend he would work on the salon, on our marketing, on our books, on our accounting. So our work-life balance was really off. So then he decided to come on board. Now I work with my husband.
How's that? Well, you have 3 places to go to, so
yes, we keep our own little territories.
So the first salon you opened was Waunakee or Fitchburg?
That was Fitchburg.
Fitchburg,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2016 we opened Waunakee. And that was a big adjustment to go from 1 to 2, because you need kind of twice the resources, twice the people, and so that was a learning curve. But then to jump to here in Verona for the third seemed a little easier, because we kind of had to we had to get all our processes in place and make sure everything ran really well, because when you have 2 you had to. So then it's like, oh, we could do 3.
Kind of like with kids. Like I've heard like having 2 is so hard, and having 3 might be a little bit easier. Like the more you have it, the easier it is.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I don't know. I have 1. Probably true. So. That could be very true.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So how many employees do you have total?
I think altogether there's maybe 45 of us.
Wow.
Yeah. Between, front desk, apprentices, stylists.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're associated with Aveda, and that's a specific line.
We're like, it's like a partnership. We, chose to be Aveda Concept in all our locations, meaning we just use Aveda products. Because we align, we like their mission, their environmental mission is important to us, so
Yeah.
that's what we use.
Yeah. I know quite a few customers that go out just looking for Aveda products.
Yeah.
So, like, once you go Aveda, don't go back.
There's Aveda junkie. That's a real thing. Like, my kids don't know how lucky they are that they get to use Aveda all the time.
They're gonna be so spoiled.
I know, right?
Dove, what's this?
Seriously.
VO5? I don't know what that is. That's so funny. So speaking of your kids, you have 2 sons.
2 sons,
How old are they?
Asher is 10 and Zeke is 5.
So what is that like for the boys, like seeing their mom and dad as entrepreneurs, having their own businesses? Like,
yeah, well, I think I don't know. I think they think it's cool. I think they see that we kind of work, like we work all hours to avoid having to work 40 straight hours in a work week, if that makes sense. Like, we can call our own shots, but the flip side to that is that you're always available. You're always there they're used to the salon calling because, the drawer's off or the laundry machine broke. And so, they know they have to be quiet when the phone rings when it's work.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that they really know what we do necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't know. Asher does ask everyone if they get their hair cut at Ecco Salon. He's old enough now that he's like, do you get your hair cut at Ecco? Because if not, he's going to give
He's like an Ecco ambassador.
Yeah, he's a little bit like a hair snob.
He's been using Aveda products his whole life. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you said 45 or so employees. That has to have its own set of challenges.
Yes, it does. Well, we're all women except we have Trent and we have another guy. So there's our 2 wonderful men that tolerate all these women. But yeah, I think for me, what I've learned over the years is my only job is to keep my employees happy. And then when I keep them happy, they keep our guests happy. So I really focus mainly on, I still do hair, but the rest of my time is making sure everybody's happy. They've got what they need. They've got, a good work-life balance. Like, for me, that's really important because I think I have a lot of moms. And I feel like when you have enough time at home, coming to work is okay. Like when you find that perfect balance. So I'm really flexible that way because I want everyone to have that. Like, I feel like I have that. I spend a good amount of time at home and I get to be with my kids. And then when it's work time, I'm like ready to go,
Yeah.
So I think that's important. So I work with them to find that and just kind of, I coach them a lot, just make sure they're happy. Like, that's my biggest thing.
Well, it sounds like you're creating a culture here to keep them and keep them happy with the work that they're doing and create longevity.
Yes. And that's, knock on wood somewhere. I have girls that have been with me from the beginning. We have a good staff that has really stuck around and I think helping, like, growing with them in their different phases of life and their different needs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I let the job change a little as that happens because, you know, if they're happy, then everybody's happy.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you set boundaries?
That's a good question. Do I have boundaries? Oh, no, yeah. It's such a good group of people that I don't really, now and then I get tough and strict, and then they listen, because it doesn't happen all the time that I lay the law down, but I don't know. I feel like we've got to figure it out. And Trent is probably, I'm the feelings and he's the facts. And so we make our little balance.
Oh, yeah.
We're a good team, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Depending on what question you have to ask, who decides who you should talk to, me or Trent. You know, like if it's something that's like real touchy-feely, they'd probably talk to me.
Yeah.
And if it's like, what happened to my paycheck? Then you'd talk to Trent.
Like good cop, bad cop, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
facts or feelings.
Yes.
That does sound like a good balance. Do you consider yourself a leader?
Yeah, I think I have to be, you know.
Yeah.
I do. I think I'm a quiet leader, a servant leader, I think I've read. You know, because I still do hair, I think I'd rather lead by example than tell people what to do. So, you know, they see how I treat my guests and how I keep things clean, and I hope that kind of quietly leads them in the right direction. If that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a quiet leadership.
Yeah, that's my style.
So speaking of your style, the question that I always ask everyone is, what is your Rockstar theme song? And I know that we had talked a little bit earlier about music. So what would you consider your Rockstar theme song?
Well, that's a difficult question for me. But I guess when I'm alone in the car, sometimes I listen to Eminem. Lose Yourself.
Yeah, so here's the thing about Eminem and Lose Yourself. Like, we are women of a certain age. That is the song that, like, your arms are sweaty, need spaghetti, whatever, right? Like, that is the song that, like, we grew up on. And,
Yeah.
like, that showed power, and so there is no shame in a little Eminem.
Okay, it's a little embarrassing, but yeah.
I think you should own it.
Okay.
You should own it.
All right.
Yeah.
Katie plays it at boot camp sometimes.
Oh, that's right. She does.
I run a little faster when it comes on.
I am not going to say anything. When she plays Baby Got Back, I'm really excited.
Oh my God.
This is what happens at 5:30 in the morning. We have a level of intimacy with each other.
Yes, truth.
So So, tell me a little bit about this location in Verona that you just opened. Again, great timing. Opened in November.
Yes, right in the midst of COVID time. Yeah, Verona's been super welcoming to us. I feel like we have lots of new guests coming through the door, which is awesome. And I think this development we're in is going to be pretty awesome when it gets filled up.
Yeah. I saw you have a Grace Coffee coming in, and that's another business that is growing in the area.
Yeah, they
pretty
seem
quickly.
to be. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're going to get a nail salon and maybe a restaurant. So it'll be a nice mix use when it happens. But I think people thought we were a little crazy to open. I mean, we had to get started literally in the middle of the pandemic to get. So that felt a little, but sometimes you just gotta be brave and keep going, and here we are.
Here you are. And I know you had said something about how you always knew that you wanted to go out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit? Did you always want to be your own business owner?
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of entrepreneurs around me, so I knew what that life looked like, and it's like something that I just knew, like it was just in me. I don't know how to explain it, because I didn't set out like I need to be the boss, like that's not it for me, but I just knew this is where I wanted to be.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy, because like a lot of my friends, you know, they're still searching for what they want for their career. So I feel very lucky that I've known for a really long time, and I've done the same job my whole life. So I feel like that's unusual, and I feel like grateful that I found my thing.
Yeah.
You know?
What about that thing? What about your purpose fills you with joy?
So one thing that I set out to do is, when I did decide to become a hairdresser, my family supported me, but there was sort of this like, oh, you're going to be a hairdresser. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it was, I want to create a place where people come to a professional job, they make a professional paycheck, you know, it kind of levels up a little. Mm-hmm. So what I love about this job is when I see a stylist who's really growing and their paychecks get bigger and bigger, and on payday, I always text like, oh my God, did you see your check? You know, it's like that. It might sound cheesy, but that's truly what keeps me going. Like, I love watching them be successful.
I love that.
I think people are realizing that people don't have to have a 9-to-5 desk job anymore. You know, like there's more things out there. So, yeah.
So what is next for Ecco? I mean, you made just a huge move by opening the salon in Verona, mm-hmm. and you still have your other two. Mm-hmm. What does the future look like?
Well, Trent and I have different answers for this. Mine is just keep things the way they are.
Okay.
Like I said, I really like my time at home, so I like watching my kids play sports, and but Trent is he's a go-getter. He doesn't like to sit still very long. So I think he would like another salon.
Oh, maybe.
He might have to do it by himself. I'm busy. But yeah, otherwise just, you know, continuing like we are. Mm-hmm. We started just a year ago. We were approved by the state to have apprentices. So we've been training people from, instead of them going to beauty school, they can get on-the-job experience and get paid while they're learning. Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's been kind of a new endeavor for us, and that's working out really well. We've had awesome apprentices, and that I could see kind of continuing to grow into something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's working really well.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Do they have to have X amount of beauty school time? Is there an Aveda School nearby here?
There is an Aveda School here. But when they do an apprenticeship, they go and they do like they go to MATC and do like what would you call it? Like their book work.
Okay.
Once a week or once every other week, and then everything else is hands-on. So
wow.
They are learning so fast. They're so good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's fun to watch.
Yeah. How do you balance it all? Like between having to hire, like do you do the hiring, or is that more Trent, or?
Yeah, I do
And between like having to do, like you still do hair, like.
Yeah, I don't really know how I do all that. I mean, I don't know. I one thing that helps our family immensely is that my mom stays with us 3 days a week. So then Trent and I just try to get tons of things done in those 3 days. Mm-hmm. And then they have her, who they adore, and she's like the best grandma. So that allows me to feel okay with, you know, coming in and getting my stuff done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how we have our balance.
Yeah. How can people find Ecco Salon?
Well, you can find us on our website, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you could call us.
They have a landline.
We have a phone.
It doesn't get forwarded to her house anymore. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Thankfully, we were able to stop that. But, yeah. Just give us a call. We'll get you booked. Thank you. Thanks for
absolutely.
I think hear my story.
Yeah, I think that what you're doing by lifting up other women, by giving opportunities to people that want to learn, I think that you're creating a community, and you truly are doing the rockstar work, even if you don't believe it or not. You really are doing some rockstar work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.